Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to Late Night Dead Wax. Hi. Since I started this channel, the question that I get the most is, how did I get into vinyl? That's a lie. I literally have 10 followers. But if I had more, they'd probably ask me how I got here. So I'm going to go over a few records that were instrumental in my life and turned me onto the vinyl movement and how I ended up here with pushing 1,000 records. This is where it all started. Not this actual record, but it was a K-Tel record. I picked this up for 50 cents just for nostalgia. It sounds like garbage, but I had to have it. It was the first record I remember ever having. When I was 11, my uncle, who was the singer in a hard rock heavy metal band, probably the coolest person ever, very influential, gave me a Motley Crue record for Christmas as an 11-year-old. And this changed everything. I mean, to this day, this record is what turned me on to metal, and a lot of his record collection made a lot of the decisions on a lot of the records that I bought after this. And this one I'll always remember. It was Christmas at my grandmother's house, and I opened this, and it's got a great big pentagram on the front, and boy, that was fun. Being the age I am, I was around for the big changeover from the vinyl records to cassettes to CDs. When CDs got here, it changed everything. Nobody wanted records anymore. I was just as guilty. I had a car, so you can't play these things in a car. So I switched over to CDs, and I remember one of the last records I got was at a record show, and this was just solely for collectability because I'm a huge fan of the band. I didn't play this for probably 20 some years at least. It was the Downward Spiral, the US press, only a promo edition. There's not a whole lot of them. It is an awesome record. I had to have it in my collection, and this was kind of the big signal of the end. After this one, I was solely CDs, cassettes somewhat, and shortly after that, running my own CDs. So there was a big break there. Probably a good 25 years till I started getting records again, and it has really helped me broaden my horizons with what I listen to and how I listen to it. And this one was a big one. Got me into jazz. I mean, everybody talks about how you have to have Kind of Blue, and they're right. I grew up with the Beatles. My mom, huge Beatles fan. But as an adult, hearing this record changed everything. I mean, it was a big turning point for them, and it's an amazing record, and it really changed a lot for me personally. And looking back, there's a big nostalgia factor that always comes with the Beatles with my mom. And the album of all albums, this is my favorite album of all time. This is front to back a perfect record, and I'll argue that with anyone, and I love it. And what used to be in the $5 bins everywhere is no longer there because it's so good, and they're still pressing it, and it's a top 10 all-time selling record. And on that same note, another top 10 all-time selling record, Carole King Tapestry. I didn't know about this record. I'm a little too young to have been around for first go round, but this is one that's been spun extensively since I've got back in vinyl a few years ago. So what are some of the records that influenced you? Drop it in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you next time.